Hi, I'd like to share a few thoughts with you about why my colleagues and I have spent so much of our time and energy over the years working with leaders and their teams. There are two key reasons for this. The first one is simply that teams are everywhere, they're ubiquitous, and they're becoming more and more so. Second reason is that teamwork isn't easy, it doesn't just happen. It takes real intent and energy to bring about alignment and collaboration in teams. So why are teams everywhere? Well, there are a number of important reasons for that. Number one, the products and services that we're producing these days are increasingly complex. And by that I mean they have a lot of parts, and those are moving parts. They must fit together well. They interact with each other. There's also a push for innovation that's going on. And so those parts need to be updated and changed quite frequently. Consequently, the people producing the products and services must interact with each other frequently in real time. Each person's actions are likely to affect and in turn be affected by those of the person's teammates. It's not like running a relay race where each person performs a part of the product or services and then hands off the work to someone else who performs another function and then in turn hands off the work to someone further down the line. It's not like that at all. The people performing these products and services must interact with each other frequently. Why teamwork is so challenging boils down to some essential facts. One is that frequent decisions must be made, as I just indicated, because there's a push for innovation. The products are changing. They have a lot of different parts. Each part affects other parts. That means that a lot of decisions need to be made, and they need to be made very frequently. But often, there are actually no guidelines and not much clarity about how those decisions are to be made. Who is to make them? When are they supposed to be made? Who's involved in making particular decisions? So, and to make it even more challenging, different team members come to the team from different backgrounds, different knowledge and skills, and different ways of thinking and deciding. So, confusion often rules. There's another factor, what I call virtualization of teams, and this is going on more and more now, especially now in this time of the coronavirus pandemic, where so many teams aren't co-located. They're going more and more online. So they could be scattered over many different locations. I have a client that has 49 different locations around the globe, and they have teams that span 2, sometimes even 3 continents. So face-to-face interactions are increasingly infrequent, and this makes different ways of thinking and different ways of deciding more and more of an important factor in the context of teams. So let me say a few words about differences in decision making, what I mean by that. Team members differ in how they go about thinking things through and arriving at decisions, creating plans. Some people will grab just a few key facts, quickly decide, and then want to move on. But by the same token, others are likely and more inclined to want to dig down into the facts and details and think things through very carefully before they're ready to make a decision. Some people stick to a very straight course of action when they make a decision. They stay the course, they don't waver, whereas other people are much more inclined to modify their strategies and courses of action over time as things change. Now, there's nothing inherently good or bad about any of those differences I just described. They're just different, but nonetheless, there often can be some negative reactions to these differences. Oftentimes, some teammates will come up with the impression that their teammates are just being difficult, shallow, impulsive, superficial. Turning that around, by the same token, others may see people as being overly rigid, indecisive, unable to see the obvious, or just plain stupid. So, not surprisingly, conflicts and tensions often arise due to these differences, even though those differences may be really needed by the team as the team moves through different situations that call for different kinds of thinking and decision making. So consequently, collaboration often suffers. Errors are made. Time and energy and dollars are wasted. Fortunately, it doesn't have to be this way. My colleagues and I have developed a tool chest for helping leaders keep their teams aligned and collaborative. A key tool in that tool chest is one we call StyleView, and it's assessment of styles of thinking and deciding. So the StyleView assessment, by the way, has been studied and researched very thoroughly. It was the subject of a huge study we published in the Harvard Business Review, in which we looked at 120,000, actually a few more than 120,000 managers and executives, all up and down the executive ladder, all different kinds of industries and organizations. In our work with teams, we put StyleView to use to help team members gain some insights into their own ways of thinking, their own styles. Oftentimes people don't see that very clearly, and then to gain insights into their own teammates' ways of thinking and deciding. It's non-judgmental the way we use it, so no one walks away feeling diminished through this. Team members learn how to appreciate style differences, even differences that are quite at variance from their own way of thinking. So StyleView insights become a key element in boosting team alignment and collaboration. I have a few recommendations. One, watch my video explaining StyleView and decision styles if you haven't seen it already. Then get in contact with me or my colleagues to, one, get a complimentary StyleView assessment for yourself. You'll get an immediate feedback report and learn more about how to use StyleView with your team, and then see how quickly your team can reach a whole new level of collaboration and performance.